Mrs. Olajumoke Akinwumi is a respected real estate, housing, finance, and development professional with over 3 decades of experience in architecture, project and development management, public sector leadership, and affordable housing policy and implementation. She is widely recognized for her ability to operate at the intersection of policy, capital, design, and delivery. Her career spans senior leadership roles in government and the private sector, where she has led large-scale urban development, housing agencies, land administration reforms, and investment initiatives. She is particularly known for advancing gender-responsive and climate-smart housing ecosystems with a strong focus on affordable housing delivery, women's economic participation, and sustainable construction value chains. She's the co-founder of Thea Capital, a private equity and investment management firm. Through its initiatives, Alitia advances gender and financial inclusion, champions environmental sustainability, and develops transformative outcomes across multiple sectors. The firm manages the largest gender-focused fund in Africa, providing growth capital to women-owned and led businesses. Mrs. Akinwumi served in public service for 6 years from 2013, during which she held various positions, including Managing Director of Family Homes Fund, Director General of the Ogun State Bureau of Lands and Survey, and Head of the State Housing Agency. She spearheaded groundbreaking affordable housing projects, piloted supply and demand side solutions, and led strategic reforms that positioned the state as a leader in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business rankings. Her depth of expertise in property development and project management is further evidenced by her work with the Shell Nigerian Pension Fund and her leadership of the real estate subsidiary of Nigeria's largest indigenous energy company, where she drove strategic growth, asset development, and institutional grade project execution. And you need to be patient, because in the past we would just rush through these. But no, we're no longer doing that. We will no longer do that. If you did all of this, we will be the first people to laud it and we will celebrate it. So hold my cup, I'm coming, I'm not done. Beyond execution, she's a sought-after thought leader, mentor, and speaker, shaping discourse on housing, finance, inclusive cities, project governance, and the future of the built environment. She's known for her strategic clarity, institutional credibility, and unwavering commitment to building cities and systems that are economically viable, socially inclusive, and resilient for generations to come. Ms. Akinwumi is the chairperson of Purple Group and an independent director of Wemabod Limited. She has previously served on the boards of Eco Development Company Limited, the Federal Housing Authority, and Gateway Mortgage Bank. She's the founder of Build Her NG, a non-profit organization dedicated to empowering women in the real estate industry, mentoring the next generation of female professionals, and promoting gender equity across the entire value chain. Mrs. Akinwumi was inducted into the Affordable Housing Hall of Fame in 2024. She continues to collaborate with industry stakeholders to improve efficiency in affordable house delivery, drawing on her extensive knowledge and innovative strategies. Her work exemplifies a steadfast commitment to transforming the real estate landscape into a driver of inclusive growth, sustainability, and societal impact. Please rise on your feet as we make welcome my sister. Did you hear me say my sister, Mrs. Olajumoke Akinwumi?
Apostle Bidemi said something. She said this is about women, the third economy. And that's really what I'm going to be sharing with us today. But so women are the builders of this third economy, but there's a few anchors that I want us to note, and this is the beginning of note taking. Purpose, power, and the discipline of deployment. Purpose, power, and the discipline of deployment. So once again, good afternoon, everyone, sisters and the brothers who have joined us, who believe in us, and everyone online. Thank you very much. I have to thank Apostle Bidemi because what she has done is she's put her hand to the work. It starts from here first, the heart. And I'm going to be saying this quite a bit. The way what God has done is deposited in us something in our heart, in our mind, and in our hands. Those three connected. None of us is short of any of that. Heart, mind, and hands. And this is what the Lord has done with Sister Power, with Apostle Bidemi. And she has carried it. But even more than that, what has happened in the past few years is that she has listened to further instructions. God is always refreshing. You know how they say sometimes, those IT people, they say refresh, and then suddenly everything is working again. Oh, God is in the business of refreshing. And so he refreshed, she heard. And she paused and she said, okay, what do you want me to do? And that's what has brought us here today. So I'm going to start with one question. Imagine a keynote starting with a question. But that's why I said it's not really a keynote. That question is, just write it down. But you must write and you must be honest. Each one of us, we must be honest, right? What is your life producing? That's the question. Just write it. And I hope there's not, but if there's nothing, just write it, because today something is being birthed. So don't be afraid. Don't think, don't overthink it. Just write it. What is my life producing? It's not what you intend. It's not what you hope. It's not even what you pray about. Because that's one we're very good at. I'm praying about it. No, I'm talking about what it is producing today. As I speak, I'm going to be telling some stories. Some are about me, but I've tried to mask some of them. If I want, I will tell you it's me, but I don't know. So I will start with a story, and I'm going to call that story the quiet potential story. This is a story of many women. So a few years ago, I met a woman, education, man, highly educated, deeply thoughtful, a committed woman of faith. So every box is ticked. She had ideas, I know. She had exposure. This is somebody who will have an idea. She will go for the training for it wherever it is in the world to acquire the knowledge. I know that she had even started some businesses because, I heard, things get around. But I also know that nothing has really taken root. So as we spoke, there was something she said. She said, I just feel like I'm still in the preparation stage. I'm not quite ready yet. So I said, okay, so how long have you been prepping? Yeah. You saw me when you prep for food, sometimes you say, if you have a cook, you say, do all the prep, I'll come and cook. At least at the end of the day, you will cook and we eat, Abby. So the question was, how long have you been prepping? She said, honest truth? She said, more than 10 years. 10 years. So 10 years of preparing is 10 years of potential. Potential. 10 years of waiting to feel ready. Feel. Nothing wrong with her capacity. What was missing was deployment. That's why I said today is about purpose. Who remembers what the second thing is? Power and the discipline of deployment. So this is what I just shared now is not uncommon. Even me, it happens to me. We have cute phrases that we now use. Imposter syndrome. That feeling of inadequacy. And we say it with such cuteness while we are wasting time. So write this, please. Many of us are not limited by what we have. we're limited by what we are not releasing. That's deployment. We are waiting for something somewhere to join what we have before we can do. So please, I hope we all answered the question, what are you producing? Because at the end of everything, at the end of it, faith, intention, potential, the only measure of stewardship is output. That's the only measure of stewardship. I'm saying this carefully, but also we have to be firm with ourselves. You know, the good thing about Sister Power and this network is that here's where we are vulnerable. Here's where we do networking our style. Not the style that the world dictates. We do it our way. Here's where we huddle and we talk and reach solutions together. So I want to tell us this. We've all become quite comfortable with discussing purpose. We do it a lot. And it sounds really nice. But we discuss purpose without demanding of ourselves the expression of that purpose. We even admire it. And we talk. We attend conferences, yes. But we don't deploy. But let's have a quick look at how God interacts with people, whether in scripture or outside scripture. 3 things. He gives. God is a giver, master giver. He expects. And then he returns to assess. Oh, yes. He gives, he expects, he comes back for an assessment. So I want to remind us that none of us is optional. We can't get away with anything. Our purpose is not decorative. Our purpose is required. I hope somebody is not thinking, I thought this conversation was about the third economy. Which one is this one that you come back to purpose? I will explain. And the key thing there is that the third economy is very purpose demanding. It is. Because it is quite individualistic. So we'll talk a little bit about reframing purpose and kind of reset a few fundamentals. So I'm one of the beneficiaries of Purpose University. Yeah. Yes. My favorite model was the misconception of purpose. I still go back to it. Yeah. There's one little thing that I want to add for the next class. Purpose is not self-discovery. No. It's not. Purpose equals stewardship. It is what has been placed, I repeat now, in our heart, in our mind, and in our hands. So it's our skills, exposure, experience, good, bad, and ugly. The opportunities that we have presented and taken and missed, or the ones we didn't even touch at all. To each of these, there's an expectation that's attached to every single thing. Believe me, I thought about this as well. So even the so-called bad experiences, there's an expectation that's attached to it. There are moments when I've had more than enough clarity to act. But you're waiting for this perfect certainty. I want you to write this down. Clarity rarely comes before movement. Very rarely. It comes because of movement. Clarity comes because we have chosen to take that step. And if we wait for perfect clarity, we're delaying purpose. So we are the engine, the structure, the backup plan, everything. That's not sustainability. That is strain. That is stress. And that's not the way that God planned. And that's why I'll come back to the Sister Power Network. And if you're building alone, you have missed it completely. Because in the network, there are people who can do certain things far better than you that you must release that part too. So whether it's the women that we admire, Lydia, Proverbs 31 woman, or even the builders in Israel's time, the truth is that none of them is extraordinary. They were normal. Lydia was a regular woman, regular wealthy woman. The only reason they were extraordinary is because of what they did with what they had. So please, let's not stop. It's not because of what they did. It's because of what they did with what they had. We cannot become any of them by inspiration, but by decision, yes? Yeah? So we need to stop waiting. I am so convinced actually that even if we took what seems to be the wrong step, God is in the business of pivoting. He's already proud that you dared. That you dared. He's not going to sit there, fold his arms and say, let me watch her fall. Never. We need to stop separating our faith from our work. They're intertwined. And finally, God is not asking any of us to do everything. He's asking each one of us to do something with what is there already. You're not looking for it anywhere. I think I have to say, this third economy is being built. So, are we going to be builders or are we going to be spectators? I think that really is the fundamental. But let's remember something. God comes back to assess. We said it. Yeah, he gives, he expects, he comes back to assess. So I want to imagine something. Me, I'm a dreamer. And I like drawing, so I draw my dreams. 3 years' time, we will be in a marketplace. And all of us here will be there, along with hundreds of other women. And in that marketplace, the conversation will not be, what should I do? Will be, see what I have built. And when you stand up, it's not just I. It's I and you just, this person did that piece, this person did that piece, this person did. That's what is going to happen. Or see how we have grown. See what we have built. See how we have grown. And then see what we have influenced. Because it doesn't stop with growing or building. It's influence that we're talking about. Influence. That's why I said many of us work, but we just work hard. We have no power and no influence. Our conversation will change. Our confidence will change. Our impact will change. It's not because something magical happened. It's because at some point, each one of us decided to act. And that's it.